So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today I'm with the hypest top 8 deck profile for you guys today. And what's your name and what did you play?
My name is Brian Ramirez and I top 8 Pasadena with Cyber Dragons.
Hey, excuse me, what deck?
Cyber Dragons?
Guys, yo, why did you decide to play Cyber Dragon this weekend?
Beats Goki.
Oh, okay. And what was your overall record after Swiss?
After Swiss, I was X2, top 16.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you lost to what deck in top 16?
Oh, top 8, I'm sorry.
Oh, top 8, sorry, my apologies.
And top 8, and I lost to Sky Strikers.
Okay,
Sky
Strikers. Did you have any problems with the deck at all? With today's meta decks other than Goki?
I was expecting more Thunder Dragons. Luckily, I didn't play through too many, but overall performed really well, really consistent. I don't really have any complaints.
Okay, awesome. Do you have anything else you want to say before we get into the video?
We can just go into the deck problem.
All right, let's start it, bro. Let's do it. Cyber Dragons, is spice, bro.
So first, we'll start out the obligatory 3 Cyber Dragons.
3 Cyber Dragons, nice.
And then we have 3 core. Obviously, the best card of the deck almost never got ashed. Got Impermanence and Veilered a couple times, but nothing we can't handle. Hearse. When you loop this card, it's a good and it's a bad card. But once you get the loop going, you kind of out-resource your opponent, and it's really hard for them to catch up.
Nice. So that's the main
Cyber Dragon
you have to play.
The 3 soldiers,
nice.
Standard. The 1 kaiju, and the 1 Vire.
Okay.
I don't consider him Cyber Dragon. He's horrible. I mean,
like, would you consider cutting this card?
I wouldn't cut it just because you kind of have to play it because it helps you make play for a genius against like Colossus and stuff.
Nice.
But other than that, it's an okay card. But I wouldn't play it at any more than 1. Luckily, I didn't draw too much over the weekend. Otherwise, I could see myself not being as successful.
Yes. And how often did you drop the kaiju?
I drew it about once or twice.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually used it in my top 16 feature match.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. That was disgusting, bro.
And then for the hand traps, we have 3 Ash. The reason why I play 3 is because I'm scared of Magical Hitbreaker Field.
Right.
And I don't want anything that destroys our targets, so this is probably one of the better ones. And then probably the best hand trap of the whole weekend was Droll and Lockbird. About like more than half the games I played, my opponents either did a really mediocre play or they just passed turn in general, assuming it didn't get called by the Graved.
Right.
And if it did, whatever.
And how often did you resolve this? Like when you had it?
I'd say about 80% of the time.
80%?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, man. God damn. So that's pretty much for your monsters?
Yes, that's it for the monsters. We're going to get started on with the spells. 3/7 Emergency. Probably the card that no one really bothered hitting or ashing or anything. They just always let it resolve. This card came in clutch. Really like maximizes the consistency of Cyber Dragons.
Correct.
Anything that can search core is basically OP.
Okay.
3 Machine Dupe.
Oh, the best card in the deck, right?
Best card in the deck.
How often did this get ash?
Only like once, actually.
Bro, I think you won the lottery, bro. Like, what the hell is going on?
I think I got really lucky with this one.
Jeez.
Every time that I drew this card,
you won.
It was always good. It was never bad. Like I always had the proper cards to resolve it, whether it was hers or core. Just getting 2 big bodies on the board, contacting one of them away, and then making like a Seeger, and then starting your advantage. Basically, easy games like that. 2 Repair Plant. I see a lot of people play 1, but even though like it's somewhat understandable because of Thunder Dragons,
right?
That's not the only deck that exists in the format, so you shouldn't be scared to run a consistency card like Cyber Repair Plant, especially if it's going to make you go full combo.
Correct.
Which, if you don't go full combo, your deck's going to fall apart really quickly.
And like, okay, sure.
Yeah. And then the 1 Rev System.
How good is this card in your opinion? Some people don't play this.
I don't see why you wouldn't play it. It's a Monster Reborn, searchable, comes in clutch, and extends combos. It's especially good if your opponent's playing like a Ghost Ogre or some kind of destruction card. Sky Strikers have a hard time against this when they try to afterburners your monsters. I had some people afterburners my Cyber Dragon, but
it's unaffected.
It can't be destroyed, so
nice.
Fun stuff there. These are my 2 fusion spells.
How good are these? Like, I saw you resolve this in top 16.
Yeah.
Bro, you're insane.
The Cyberload came in clutch probably more than the Overload, just because I searched this a lot of the times, like if the game dragged on more than 2 turns. off my second core when I'd go Hertz, core, and then normal summon the core back.
Right.
And normally when I resolve this, it usually ended the game on its own. And then I didn't see overload enough, but when I did have it, it was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would still play one of each. I wouldn't play 2 overload. And then 1 of OP spells.
1 for 1?
I play 1 for 1 because it kind of helps against that Thunder Dragon matchup, just to get a body on board, because you can't search, so you have to special summon a target from the deck.
Correct.
And in order to make a Genius or at least a Seeger or anything like that, otherwise you're already behind. Foolish Burial, just to get like some combos with Hertz and Core.
Yes.
And then Monster Reborn, OP card. I use this to revive my opponent's Shizukus, and it's funny because they can't play around their own cards.
No soul charge for the spells?
No soul charge. I kind of wanted to go OT, like break their board. I just go second, break their board, and try to OTK them, or try to follow up with some kind of comeback play.
Nice. Let's go to traps. Play traps.
3 main deck evenly matched. Probably the best non like Cyber Dragon or spell card in the whole entire deck. I probably resolve this card more than like any other hand. Well, I'd resolve this like more than I was expecting, and every time it was really good.
What is it? So you always blind second all the time?
Yes, I always blind second. This is one of the reasons why. It's because if I'm not playing against Goki, then I just blow my opponent out.
Correct.
And a lot of people overextended this weekend, and they got punished for it really bad. And then we have 2 Infinite Impermanence. This is the only card that kind of conflicts what I was saying about Magical Midbreaker Field, but you still have to play it because hitting the firewall and stopping the FTK was also relevant this weekend.
Correct.
So that's what this was mainly for.
It also plays around like Azathoth and stuff, right?
Yeah, the Azathoth. I actually, when I played against FTK, he never even got to. I always just Impermanence Curious, and from there he never like got to do anything. I only played against 1 FTK, but it was an easy 2-0 Swift, like 15 minutes or less.
Jeez. Okay. Awesome. And last card?
Last card is OP Cyberload.
Only 1?
Or Cyber Overflow.
Only 1?
Yeah, so the plan's to go second, so if you draw multiple of this,
it breaks.
You're gonna lose.
Right.
So you need all your Cyber Dragon monsters as possible, otherwise your whole idea is thrown off completely. And sometimes they make you go first, and this is just a really good backup just in case, or even if you brick, you can still potentially come back.
And the card doesn't target, right?
It doesn't target, it doesn't banish for cost. I've had several people destroy this card, and thus I get to search, and normally I search my Cyberload Fusion, which combos off perfectly with this, and that usually ends the game. I've had people scoop before I just search the card and they scoop as soon as they pop this card.
Alright, awesome. So for your main deck, it's like 40, right?
That's 40, yes.
40, awesome. Let's go to your...
So for the extra deck, we have 1 Seeger. Never needed more than 1. It didn't really come up in any situations where I did. Really good card, stand alone. And in another case, if they make you go first and you have underwhelming resources or you don't draw Machine Dupe, sitting on this is optimal.
Nice.
So that's Seeger. Link Karibo. If you draw a Repair Plan and Hertz, this is going to fix your hand, or at least give you a comeback play for next turn.
Right.
And plus, Link Karibo is just a decent card in general, especially going into time, where he came up a lot, especially going into time. And then Griffin for the Griffin board.
Griffin combo.
Throughout the whole entire Swiss, I actually never made this card.
Really?
Yeah, I never made this card in Swiss, and in the top cut, I ended up using this every single match.
Yeah, so you usually end up with like Seeger, Griffin, and Infinity, right?
Yeah, we all know the combo by now.
Awesome.
But it was coming up in every single match in the top cut, and it was worth it. Summon Sorceress enables the Griffin combo, and I never went into it unless it was forced that specific combo. So I didn't want to overextend and get Ghost Ogre or Impermanence for nothing. So. And then we have the 1 Genius. I see like a lot of Cyber Dragon players cut this card, and I don't understand why. It's literally sit on this against Sky Striker if you're already ahead, and you're basically securing your victory as soon as you have this out. Can't be anchored, can't be destroyed by afterburners, and you can negate multi-roll.
Wow.
So
Wow.
And
Nice.
this is also really good for negating Colossus. So you can start searching, you can start using emergencies, your repair pants, and all that.
How's the striker matchup for you? Look at this deck.
I thought it'd be better, but it's pretty 50-50, honestly, just because they can just go plus like way faster than you. So engage is really good in that deck. So. And then we have Pallades. He came up once or twice. In testing, he came up much more often, but this was like more for like matchups like Burning Abyss and stuff like that. I think he still deserves a spot on my list because he did come up during the tournament. We have 2 Infinity, 2 does come up often. Nothing much to say. And then we have 2 Nova, OTK enabler, like 2 card OTK, and helps make the Griffin combo. This is like, this card I sit on more than the Infinity.
Right.
Yeah, and of course going to time, it's just so free. Like, this is just a game ender. Once people see this, they get like really nervous. And
Because you know, like yours about the FTK, then, right?
yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, surprisingly, 1 or 2 people actually pop this, so this lets me summon the
Chimera Tech.
Chimera Tech, so it's GG.
GG.
And then we have 2 of the Rampage. 2 has come up in 1 single game, and plus I play 2 fusions. So his popping effect never resolved, but his effect to attack multiple times.
Yeah, I saw top 16, like, I think Blair Impermanence this, right? Like, 3 to center or something?
Yeah, he like Veilered or something like that, or he just chained it or something. And this will like never resolve. But I did end the game a couple times just from attacking 3 times.
And this and Seeger is just a game.
Yeah, this and Seeger, this was really clutch against Blair in the top 16 match. I had this out and Seeger, and it was a long game, and it was a really good game. But Book of Eclipse plus Seeger in this is pretty funny. So. And then the final 3, the contact fuse targets. I think you have to play all of these.
Right.
This is if you start running out, and then plus for your Kaiju and Sky Striker matchup, and then just for everything else.
Awesome, nice. So that's pretty much your main deck.
Yeah.
Side deck?
So for the side deck, I sided heavily for the Altergeist matchup because I feel it's like one of the worst ones. So I have 2 Prankratops. You think it would conflict with Cyber Dragon, but it doesn't, because it summons itself, gets rid of itself, and it's quick effect, so you have really nothing to worry about.
Right.
And this card combos really well with like evenly matched and stuff like that.
Nice.
And then 3 borders.
This card searchable off repair plan.
Searchable off repair plan, but I was never able to do that. I would say in my the first game I ever lost, the first match I ever lost was to Altergeist, Hunter Lloyd, and he actually sauced me pretty good because I had to try to push for damage, and I had a Cyber Dragon and this out on the field, and he contact fused for his own Chimera Tech, so he sauced me pretty good with that one. So that was my first loss, but other than that, he performed really well. It was mainly for like the BA matchup, the Altergeist matchup. Altergeist if they for some reason let me go first. But yeah, that's all. He did work. Probably like one of the better cards, Book of Eclipse. In theory, this was for Thunder Dragons, but I ended up siding this as like protection against like Goki and just decks that spam a lot in general. And no one ever ashed this. It always resolved, and every time I resolved this card, I actually won the duel. This came up in top 16 because Blair had a Wee Witch, and it was screwing me up with I believe he had a Titan that he was trying to get over my Chimera Tech and the Seeger. And I gave him an ultimatum pretty much just to attack one or the other, and ended up being like enough of a good play for me to win the match because he couldn't get over the Seeger in the first place.
Right.
3 twin. It was good when I saw it. Some people would like mind crush me for evenly matched, then you chain twin, and then you make them discard a card. Even though they still have 2 cards left on the field, the fact that I get like multi-faker out of their hand and stuff is good. Other than that, I wish I saw this card a little bit more against Sky Striker. And then 2 red reboot, never saw this the entire tournament. I sighted in against Altergeist, never saw it.
So like you just hate Altergeist. That's it. Like you don't care about anything else. Just Altergeist.
I don't care about Thunder Dragons too much. I'm more scared about Altergeist than I am about Thunder Dragons. Because at least I can play when I'm playing against Thunder Dragons. But if Altergeist get ahead too far, then I can't do anything.
Right. And all these side-eye cards are good against Draco too, right?
Correct.
Like, which is one of your worst matchups.
That's also another. Luckily, I didn't play against those.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice. Last cards. What is it?
2 clutch card.
2 goes a match.
Only 2 because I still wanted a combo off. So I didn't want to rely on this card because someone could easily side in Frankertops and pop it. If I have like Inspector Border plus this, that's 1 card out to both those cards. So optimally, I wanted this to be more like supportive or like the backbone of my board, which is like the Griffin Seeker lock.
Right.
And this card never failed me. It always won me the game when I resolved this card.
Awesome. And like after games 2 and 3, does your opponent like ever make you go first?
After games 2 and 3, I think about 3/4 of the people still opted to go first.
What?
So most of the time I was still in my game plan, and I predicted a lot of their moves to still want to go first, just because I see it as like a common pattern that was happening.
Right.
And based off that, I just always chose to go second. So yeah, it ended up working every time, just going second blind.
So games 2 and 3, you're always going second.
Games, it depends on the deck. Like if it's games 3 against Goki, and I know there's like maybe 10 minutes, I can't, their turn's gonna take 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna lose if they dolphin me. So I have to go first, establish my board, get my stuff down, and then we just see what goes on. We play the game.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, thank you so much for this amazing deck profile, man. Congratulations on top 16.
Thank you.
With Cyber Dragons.
Oh, top 8.
Oh, sorry. Top 8. Top 8. With Cyber Dragons. Do you have anything else you want to say before we end off this video?
I just want to give a shout out to my team, Sinister Gaming.
So let's throw you guys right there.
Yeah.
Boom.
Everyone right here.
What's going on, guys?
We're located in the IE, so we're kind of local to the area, up and coming, and I want to specifically thank my friend Gohan for letting me borrow the Impermanences, because they came in clutch. I always resolved this card, and whenever it went off, it usually ended the match on its own. So.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Anything else, or that's pretty much it?
I think that's about it.
All right, Brian, congratulations, top 8, Cyber Dragon deck profile. Most impressive top this weekend. This is your boy Sam.
Thank you so much.
From Team SamuraiX. All right, congrats, bro. Peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'ma keep with it like no, this league business.